Hey guys, Heidi here, Wellness Coach. So today I want to share with you guys something that I am very, very passionate about, which is setting goals, but not just setting, actually achieving them. And how is it that when we set goals in the beginning of the year, why don't we achieve them? Is because they're not very specific. So I want to share with you guys some of the things and some of the ways that you can do to set your goals and actually achieve them. Okay? Let me backtrack a little bit and let me share with you guys that I was actually talking to somebody on the phone. Let's call her Mary, okay? And I was coaching her on the phone, and she shared with me that that she was feeling depressed because she didn't feel like she was doing the things that she wanted to do the beginning of the year already. She is not employed and a lot of those things. And I asked her over the phone, I said, her name is, let's call her Mary. Said, hey Mary, so do you have like goals that you have written down? Are there things that you want to accomplish this year? Are there things that you're working towards, they want to accomplish this year? And she said, well, not really. I'm not working, and And so, in this phone call, I started talking to her, started sharing what are the things that she can do in order to achieve her goals, okay? Us as human beings that we are always looking for progress. If we're not moving towards a goal, if we're not improving ourselves as a person in your education, and when I mean education, it could be just like reading personal development books, in your education, in your fitness, your family, your relationship with your spouse. As human beings, we crave progress, okay? So I was initially gonna do goal setting in 3 steps, but I ended up coming to 5 steps. There are various ways that you can actually set your goals, but I wanted to make them as simple as possible, okay? So I wanna ask you that if you can click on the button above on the right side of this video so that you can follow anytime that come live again, so that you can be notified. I'm going to be sharing different things this week about setting goals and how to achieve your goals, okay? So let's go ahead and let's do this. This thing's okay. So step 1, okay, is to do a brain dump. Hopefully you can see this. I don't know if you can see this light. So do a brain dump. What do I mean a brain dump? You just like grab a pen and a paper and write down all the things that you want to accomplish this year. So just write down everything that comes to your mind, write everything down, okay? Once you have made your brain dump, what you're gonna do is your step 2 is to split your goals accordingly, okay? So there are different areas in our lives, right, that we want to accomplish different goals. So, and you can split these goals however you want it. There are different ways to do it. The most simple one, the simple way you can do is you split into 4 categories, okay? Self, family, career and job, and money, okay? And when it comes to self, you're talking about, yourself, the goals that you have, like body, mind, and spirit. So just within the part of self, what do you want to accomplish when it comes to your fitness goals? Your mind, what do you want, because you have to always be progressing. What do you want to accomplish in regards to your mind? Like, what do you want to learn? Do you want to go to school? Do you want to learn a new language? Okay? And then also spiritual goals, because you also want to feed your soul, your spirit. It depends on if whatever faith you follow, or if you like to meditate in the morning, or if you're Christian. So for example, this person that I was talking to you about, Mary, that I was talking on the phone, Mary is the name we created. I told her, I know that she's a person of faith. So I asked, Mary, are you connected to a church? Because I know that she's a person of faith. So are you connected to a church? Do you have like a sisterhood, group they go to church they connect with, and you guys read the Bible? She said, no. Well, are you doing any physical activities? She said, no. How's your eating doing? She's like, well, I don't really plan my eating. So if you don't really have specific goals, if you don't know like where you're going, it's just kind of like you're in the car, you're driving to nowhere. So a really great way to start the year is for you to write down your goals, okay? So you're gonna brain dump, you're gonna split your goals accordingly, So, like for example, just to talk a little bit more about this, like the way that I did is a little bit more into detail. So, for example, the way that I did it, just to give you an example, I actually divided in 8 categories. So I did spiritual, work and business, education, family and house, 5 spouse, 6 fitness and wellness, 7 leisure, and 8 finances. So that's just, like I did it for myself. So I'm gonna give you 1 goal each. So to give you an example, like spiritual, like a spiritual goal, I want to be part of a Bible study, and so because that helps you with accountability. Work and business, then you can add whatever goal you have. Education, do you want to get a new certificate this year? Do you want to, finish school? Whatever case may be. And then family and house, I separate family and house as one, and then another one for a spouse, because taking care of your family, if you're married, you know what I'm talking about, you have a significant other, you know that taking care of your family is one thing, and taking care of your significant other is another thing. You always want to have, time to take care of your spouse, your significant other. So family, for example, one of the goals that I have this year is I want to, travel to a specific place with my family. Then number 5, spouse. What do you want to accomplish in regards to relationship, right? Because a good marriage doesn't just happen. You just like anything other, just like relationship with your boss needs to be, you need to work relationship with your boss, with your mom, with your father. Same thing with your spouse. You don't just leave a marriage and expect it to be good. You want to work on it, right? So number 6, fitness and wellness, which is I'm going to focus in here for a minute. Which goals do you want to accomplish? Do you want to lose weight? Do you want to build muscle? And you want to make them SMART goals, which is the next thing I'm going to share with you guys. Number 7, leisure. What are the things that I want to accomplish? Where do I want to travel this year? Okay, so that I can plan my budget accordingly. And then leisure takes us number 8 to finances. What do I want to accomplish this year? How much money do you want to make? If you have a job on the side, on how much money you want to make, you want to be specific with this, okay? So once you've done your breakdown, once you split your goals accordingly, like you split with the categories, right? You can do just simple one like self, family, career, and money, okay? And the self, it's body, mind, and spiritual, okay? Now, the step 3 is to set SMART goals. And I want you to Google what SMART goals mean. SMART goals mean, just super quickly, the S, just to tell you what each letter means, you're gonna kind of have a grasp about it. So the SMART, the S is for specific, M, measurable, A, attainable, R, realistic, T, for timely. So when you are writing down these goals, you want to make sure that what is it exactly that I want to accomplish. For example, let's talk about the fitness goal, for example. Okay, I want to be healthy. That's not a specific goal, right? You want to, your mind doesn't capture those things. You want to be specific and you want to write things down. So what specifically do you want to achieve in your fitness? Okay, so for example, I want to lose 30 pounds. That's more specific. So measurable, that is a way of measuring because you just described exactly how much you want to lose. Attainable, realistic, and timely. Okay, so timely is by when do you want to lose those 30 pounds? And you want them to be, attainable. You don't want to lose like, I'm going to lose 30 pounds in a month. Is it possible? Have I seen it? I guess it's possible, but I wouldn't say it isn't the healthiest. So you want to make goals there as SMART goals: specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. So as you're writing down your goals, you want to think about these things, okay? Step 4 is to break these goals down by year, quarter. Okay, so what happens sometimes is that we'll make these very general goals and, these are my goals for 2018. But, a better way to do this is to divide that by quarters, okay? Within these goals that you wrote down here, within 30 days, what do you want to accomplish within those 30 days? And that's going to lead to achieve that goal within 60 days, within 90 days. And you can do that, you know, by quarter. You can do it by, you know, each 90 days, however you're most comfortable. A lot of people like to do yearly goals and quarterly goals. Back when I used to work in corporate America, we had quarterly goals. So when you're writing them down, you wanna, again, make sure your goals are SMART goals, which is this that I just talked about. And so what are you going to do, you know, to reach the goal? So here you go, again, break down by, let's say, quarter. So by the end of the quarter, let's talk about just fitness again. By the end of the quarter, let's talk about the fitness side of it. So within the first quarter, I want to lose 30 pounds. I want to tone, and you know, so you want to break them down. And so how are you going to do this? Well, I'm going to start, you know, going grocery shopping every weekend. I'm going to start meal prepping. Make sure that you have a plan. What system are you using, you know, and who are you going to be doing this with? The more detailed you are, the better it is, okay? So, and the last step is step 5 is accountability. You want to, it's just very hard to do anything, just like anything in life, to do this by yourself. So you want to have somebody to do this with. So, for example, if you are in a fitness journey, you want to have either your spouse, your friend, your neighbor, okay? And both of you guys can write down those goals, and you can help each other out. So let's say that one of your goals, for example, is that you want to start waking up early in the morning. I want to start waking up at 5 a.m. every morning because I can get a lot done before my family is up, right? So you want to, you know, find somebody who has the same mindset as you, because this way you guys are encouraging each other, you check on each other. So if you, for example, your goal is to wake up every morning at 5 a.m., you guys can text each other in the morning. When you guys reach your goals, you guys can celebrate together. So having this part, guys, having accountability is very important, because you want somebody to be there with you, to support you, you know, to encourage you, and you guys can celebrate together, okay? So there you have it, guys. Those are the 5 steps to goal setting. If you have any questions, please comment below, send me a message. I am very passionate about, you know, setting goals, especially in the beginning of the year. I usually set goals in the beginning of the year, and then what I do is every quarter, I go back to those goals that I have set and see, you can see every quarter, each quarter, as the quarters go by, how close you're getting to, you know, to your goals, and you get to celebrate that with your accountability partner, okay? Again, if you have any questions, comment below or send me a message. Feel free to share this video. But I hope that it has helped you guys, and follow this page, because this year I'm going to be talking more about goals and how to reach them. Bye guys, have a great day.